Good morning. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Aura coin on the XRPL. So, whoo-wee, good stuff, man. I just tell you, this coin has been extremely bullish, extremely hidden to people's perspectives, and it's just absolutely amazing. So, couple things to note here on this coin. Here's your wave 1, wave 2 that it did, okay? An impulsive breakout, and it's the first coin that was opened way back at the day in like right at the origin of First Ledger back in November, where it had been able to clear a new all-time high. So it popped off, got this new all-time high, couldn't sustain it, with the market itself, but not because of its issues, just couldn't hold it off after this parabolic move. Took back a majority of the move to the downside here, and now has been being able to continually start setting new higher highs and new higher lows. So it's chopping its way out of here. So expectation going into yesterday was that this was our 5-wave move off of the next level for our impulsive move, and then we had a corrective ABC. The reason we thought it was the ABC was look at that thing right in the middle, like boop, boop, and that's like a really ABC. It makes that noise even when you look at it. So now when we start to push higher here, the goal was to hold this low, which thus far we have done. And you can see even with XRP's move up and Aura's strength here on the 12-hour, we are still seeing this coin potentially perform extremely well in the coming days as in weeks as we start to V-bottom out of this recovery here. I fully expect these returns to start to step in on this coin. Now, it does have a lot of throwbacks to XRP itself. So let's move this to a daily chart and scroll on back through time. So here we are, all done with our corrective move, but we go way back here and we look at the completion of the breakdown. Okay, then we have let's zoom out here. Okay, let's actually hide everything so you can just see it all. Okay, so here we go. So we have initial breakout. Okay, and then we have over here on XRP the initial breakout, a corrective move to the downside, and then we go a corrective move to the downside, an impulsive breakout next leg, and then we have an impulsive breakout next leg, and then we do an ABC completion, and now we're starting to grind out of that level. So I'm still thinking we're right around in this zone right here, and we're just going to slow grind this bad boy because I think it's just floating under the radar as accumulation just still happens, and then bam. And then when we start measuring out these moves where we do this wave 1 to the high here and the wave 2 to the bottom for our trend-based fib, you can see that we tag the 236 fib for the next leg. So we go back and we say, okay, well, now we got all of our drawings on here. And if we were to go from our current price, here it is, and we go from our current price, I think that's good enough, and we run this up to the 236, 90x. Yeah, that's a good day. 12 million market cap. Wow, pretty awesome stuff. So, and that's just kind of following what XRP did, where it was able to get to that 12 million market cap, but then it continues higher and we actually exceed the 1618 for that final leg to the upside. And you can see that if we were to then do the 1618, that's a 394,000% return, which would be a 55 million market cap. So definitely attainable considering that we're down here at 135K and based off the structures. So it's basically looking great. So I am just like totally down with the Aura coin. Loving the fact that we've got this beautiful setup here that's just giving us these huge advantages to run these returns. And so it may be a slow sleeper, and we can look back at XRP and say, hey, what would that look like? And I think it's just going to be a slow grind of higher lows, because you can see how we do a higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. And we just keep setting these higher lows, and then bam, away it goes. So that's kind of how I'm forecasting Aura's behavior. And then this catalyst event, whenever this manifests, would be there. And my thought is that we're floating right in this zone. So that would mean that we're probably like right here-ish. So we've still got all that time to go. So this whole length here was, I believe, 6 months. So I'd say about 4 months or so. That takes us into the first quarter of next year, February-ish. Yeah, that sounds about right, before that explosion begins. So that's kind of where I'm eyeballing it based off of Aura's structure and behavior. Now, it could surprise me and just go right out of here, and that's great. But as of right now, that's my thoughts on what Aura may be doing. But I'm very pleased with the continual higher lows being set on this asset. So do not fade the Aura. So we'll check in tomorrow, guys. Thanks so much.